Hi, I'm Dave Miller. For over 50 years, I've been flying airplanes from single-engine Cessnas to three-engine jets, and boy, do I like to talk about it. Come along with me as we share some adventures in aviation. Sharing an airplane can have its share of challenges, and picking the right partner, sometimes it's like finding the right life companion. Sometimes opposites attract. Meet Stuart Fred and Tom Abood, partners on this beautiful Citation CJ4. Stuart is fastidious, a real neat freak. He collects your shoes to keep the pristine CJ4 just perfect. And Tom, well, he's just a normal guy. A few hunting dogs, a cat, and 3 boys who love to eat chips. But together, they make the perfect match for their beautiful Citation CJ4. Hey guys, how about a tour of the airplane?
Well, after my hunting trip,
and after I clean the airplane,
Beautiful airplane, guys. First of all, how did the two of you meet?
well, we met through Citation Jet Pilots, the owner-pilot association we both belong to. Stuart is a founder. I joined in 2015, and we met pretty much right away.
The CJ4 has a lot of creature comforts, cabin amenities. How do they work in the airplane?
Well, Stuart bought this plane factory new, and he was intimately involved with all the features and the selections. All I can say is we love it, and it's very functional and useful to put our family and guests on board. We have 3 boys and my wife and dogs and lots of equipment when we travel, and this plane just swallows it all up and goes a long way, and just a terrific asset for us.
the airplane is extremely robust. The CJ4, in comparison to the other CJs, is just amazing.
Tell me a little bit about the airplanes you've owned in your experience with Textron products.
Well, I started in a Bonanza, then I had a Baron, then a King Air, and then it came time I got a CJ2 in 2015, and then that led to a CJ3 in 2017, and then this beautiful bird in 2020.
Wow, and Stuart?
Well, I've been flying over 50 years, learned in a 152, transformed into a 182, 210, 421, then into the CJ line, and I've owned and operated 5 new Citations with the CJ1. I was a launch customer in 2004 for the CJ3 serial number 1, then moved to its CJ2 Plus because of the economy, and then the CJ4 in 2015. And we've been in this airplane ever since, and I can tell you, I love it. It is, I pinch myself every time I get in this airplane. I think Tom does as well.
No question.
This airplane is a phenomenal platform.
What advice would you give to someone who is thinking about partnering in an airplane?
Well, first of all, you just have to have a good connection. First and foremost, Stuart and I had that. We have the same interest in flying to a very high standard, to keeping the plane maintained really well. And, you know, Stuart couldn't be a better partner. He's just bends over backwards to make the airplane available to me, and we work together. I try and do the same thing for him. And when you have that kind of spirit of looking out for your partner, it just works well.
It's worked great, and scheduling has really not been a problem. You know, from my standpoint, before we even talked about a partnership, is get to know the individual. You know, make sure you share the same common goals and aspirations relative to, as Tom said, maintaining the airplane, which is paramount. Safety, cleanliness, you name it. It's all very, very important. And Tom and I were very much aligned in all of the above, and it didn't take a lot to then say, well, hey, you think this thing will work? We'll give it a chance. This has worked out beautifully. It's no different than a marriage. I mean, it really is. And it's working out great.
Stuart told me there's an ejection seat up front, so I don't know what that means, but.
So why Citations?
Well, with a variety of product lines within the organization, but from an affordability standpoint, a reliability, serviceability, parts availability, I mean from literally takeoff to touchdown, Textron has done a great job. There isn't a better product out there.
Guys, thanks so much for the tour. And who has the airplane next?
I do.
We'll work it out.
Just watch the dog hair.
See you next time and fly safe.